So I'm not good at this sort of thing, but there's something I want to talk to you about. Did I ever tell you I grew up in Skywatch? I was raised on the streets, but not alone. I had friends, good ones. And I want your help finding them. No, we were just a bunch of street kids, but we were close. We made do with what little we could scrounge up, carved out a good life for ourselves. But one day, they just vanished. I went out to find us a meal, and when I got back, Jaka, Silverslip, and Song were just gone. I've spent years trying to find any trace of them without any luck. But I finally have a lead from a friend in Skywatch. I want you to come with me. The tip came from an old friend, Brisha. We'll find him near Skywatch. Big softy, never left the place. This is the first lead on my friends I've had in years. I'm afraid to get my hopes up. It's been so long. Is this really my chance to find them? Like I said, there were 4 of us. We were all out on the streets for one reason or another. It's a tough life. Most turn a blind eye to dirty, hungry-looking street urchins. So we learned to look out for each other. We were inseparable. Most people were scared of Jaka. He's a Palmhar, so everyone wrote him off as a big dumb brute. But I've never met a kinder soul. He was always so generous, even though he didn't have a coin to his name. He was spiritual, too. I don't really know. I don't subscribe to that stuff personally, and he never pushed it on any of us. He just meditated a lot and always had something wise to say. Never got angry either, unless someone messed with me, Silverslip, or Song, that is. She's funny, that one. We called her Silverslip because she was always slipping in and out of the shadows. Like a knife, that girl. She never talked much about her past, but I don't think it was pleasant. Silverslip was all bared teeth and blood, even as a kid. Jaka might have been the tallest, but Silverslip was definitely the muscle of our operation. She could make a grown man piss himself in 3 words or less. Probably a survival tactic. Song was the best of us. She was quiet and kind, our moral compass. Balanced the rest of us out, you know? She never told us where she came from, but I think it had to be somewhere nice. She had manners and knew how to charm people. Useful, that. Something like that. She had nice clothes when we found her and just generally acted different. But she never complained about sleeping on the streets or sharing a moldy heel of bread between 4 people. She just seemed happy to be with us. Well, I went out to find us a meal like usual. But when I got back to our base, they were gone. I sat around for a while like an idiot, figuring they were just off doing something. Then I noticed signs of a struggle in the dirt. No idea. Nothing good, I'll tell you that. I asked around for months, trying to find someone who saw anything, heard anything. Whatever happened to them happened real quiet. Maybe because someone didn't want anyone finding out. Every so often, if a caravan that hired me passed by, I'd sneak back in and talk to people. But I was always worried that someone might be looking for me. I had no idea who took the others, so my imagination ran a little wild. Mostly I stayed away. Skywatch hasn't changed much since I was a kid, but it seems so much smaller to me now. Oh good! I didn't want to walk. There, that's Brisha. You talk to him. I'm going to hang back and keep watch. I don't want anything surprising us.
This one does not know your face. But, Ember, it is a joy for these old eyes to see her well. Even if she is still a bit jumpy. She watches the area just as she did when she was a child. Always uneasy. Are you her friend? A passing merchant mentioned a Palmar at the Gateway Inn in Sadrith Mura. A brawler fighting for entertainment. When I asked for details, he described Jaka perfectly. Mild-mannered, orange and black markings. 3 earrings in each ear. It's him. If the merchant is to be believed, Jaka's there because he's a Telvanni slave. I don't know how long he's been in Vardenfell, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was sold off as soon as he was snatched from Skywatch. The thought breaks my heart.
I'm grateful for any information about the fates of my friends, old man. You've been a great help.
You can show your appreciation by not calling me old man, little Jekozid. If you find Jaka, Silver Slip, or Pretty Little Song, you let this one know, yes? And be careful, Ember.
I will, I promise. And then we'll be back to eat all your bread, just like the old days. I cannot picture sweet, gentle Jaka in a fighting pit. In Sadrith Mora of all places. If he's truly a Telvanni slave, I will tear out every throat I find. This is my fault. If only I'd been faster that day. Come on, let's get to the Gateway Inn. Can you blame me? There's no reason besides tracking down Jaka that I would willingly enter that land of hateful, enslaving Dark Elves. If I could, I'd send that meteor that floats in their sky into the Telvanni lands. I'd like to see them try. I'll be on my best behavior because I want to find Jaka. But if a Telvanni so much as touches me, I can't be held accountable for what I do. A lightning bolt through the skull might do some of them good anyway. Look, it's possible for me to load the history of your people and their treatment of mine, and still accept that not all Dark Elves are inherently evil. You've been good to me. I wouldn't be traveling with you if I thought you were rotten on the inside. I don't really give a Daedrat's ass what the Telvanni think. All I care about is figuring out if this Palmar is really Jaka, and getting him out of there. Preferably in a manner that doesn't involve me shoving a dagger between Telvanni ribs. Definitely. But if it had been Silver Slip, I would have felt sorry for her opponents. But Jaka is too sweet for that kind of violence. He's strong, but he hates violence. Still, back in the day, there was no one better to have in a tavern brawl. Not really, but we would start them pretty frequently. Once everyone was in on the action, Silver Slip and I used to make good coin picking pockets among the mayhem. Easy money, beyond the occasional bruise or lump from flying fists or dishes. Too much to hope that we'd find Jaka outside, sweeping or something. Come on. Guess we have to go inside.
Our service here at the Gateway Inn is second to none.
And what do you want? I own this inn. I'm not the help. If you're interested in dining or would like a room, speak with one of my associates. Jara, or was it Jaka? You're referring to my has-been moneymaker, I assume. Sadly, you're too late. I sold him a few weeks ago. He was getting slow, complained about being sick. People don't pay for a limp-fisted brawler. Sure I do. And I'll even tell you where. Provided the brute is still alive. He had such weak lungs for a creature so big. But first, you do something for me. My information does not come free of charge. A jeweler by the name of Varvisi Uleni is selling a lovely bracelet that I wish to acquire for my wife. But she won't come down on the price. Varvisi sells outside Tel Naga most days. Get me that bracelet, and I'll tell you what I know.
A bracelet? Really? Can't I just stab this guy in the ribs and get the information that way? No? Ugh. Fine. I heard. Typical Telvanni. If we have to get him his damned bracelet, let's just do it fast. He says Varvisi Uleni sells outside Tel Naga, right? Let's go. I've got a plan brewing. Hold on, let's talk. I think I've got a plan. Hold on, let's talk. I think I've got a plan. That must be Varvisi there. A merchant like that always has the most valuable wares on their person. No problem. I can rifle around in her pockets without her ever suspecting a thing. But for that to work, I'm going to need your help. You might not love this, but trust me, it'll be fun. I used to do this trick with Song and Silversleep whenever we needed some extra coin. I'm going to turn you into a monkey. Then you run up to Varvisi and distract her so I can pinch the bracelet. Hilarious, right? You'll be just enough of a distraction. Just rifle through her stuff. All eyes will be on you, and no one will notice me slipping a hand into her pocket. It's perfect. But the spell won't last forever, so we have to do this quick.
Honest merchant, trust this one.
This is all I ever do.
What? What is this? Vex, save me! What is this? Away with you, filthy, flea-bitten creature!
You were a little too good at that. You make a pretty cute monkey anyway. I got the bracelet. It's just as ugly as I imagined. It'll be perfect for that overblown bastard's wife. Come on, let's get back to the inn and throw it in his face. That red-eyed piece of guar dung just made us do his bidding for no other reason than to make sure we know how superior the Telvanni are. Turning you into a monkey was fun, but now all I can think about is wringing that bastard's neck. You're right. Thanks. I needed that. I have to remember that we're here for Jaka. I can suffer anything if it means finding him in the end. And I know someday, the debt that the Telvanni have incurred will come due. I hope I'm around to see it.
Ah, you again. I'd nearly forgotten about you. Do I dare hope you procured the bracelet I asked for? Exquisite. Am I correct in assuming your little friend back there did the deed? The cats who aren't properly trained to behave tend to be good little thieves. Now, I am a man of my word. I sold the sickly Palmer to a group of bandits. The gentleman I did business with told me that his band was headed to Polk next. Here, I'll mark the location for you. The man's name was Browser Inmador, and that, my friend, is all the information I have for you. Now kindly scurry off.
Let's get to Polk and find those bandits. If Jaka's sick, that's the last place he should be. Plus, I need somewhere to direct this energy. Clawing my way through a few mercenaries might help. Up we go! This is the place. Well, let's check before we rush in. If Osithos was telling the truth and Jaka is really sick, then we need to rescue him quick. I have no idea what a bunch of bandits would want with a sick Palmer. I can't imagine they're nursing him back to health out of the goodness of their hearts. As quickly and efficiently as possible. If Jaka is in there, I don't want him suffering any longer than he has to. I've already made him suffer long enough, and if we get to knock some heads along the way, all the better. Come on, let's get inside. Keep your eyes and ears open. Remember, Jaka's a Palmer, so he's probably going to be hard to miss. Even still, let's stay vigilant. I'm not wasting this chance. I have waited too long to lose track of him now. him over there. He's still alive. Jaka, we're here to help.
Is that Ember? The little shadow of Skywatch?
Don't waste time talking to me. That's Jaka. We need to get him out of that cage.
You must be real. Not even in this one's wildest fevered hallucinations could I have imagined seeing Ember after all these years. What a gift! She looks well, healthy and strong. And she has found a strong companion. Jaka is relieved. Once, Jaka wondered if Ember had orchestrated some part of our family's fate. But that thought passed as quickly as it came. The little girl with the ember eyes, she would never harm us. She would... Yes, of course. Thank you. This one had hoped not to die in this wet, dark place, but had resigned myself to it all the same. This is a welcome change. Jaka will follow you to safety. Lead the way.
Talk to Jaka, would you? I want to heal him a bit. Keep Jaka talking while I try to get him healed up a bit more. He's always hated being coddled. Distract him while I at least stop him from bleeding out.
Ah, the fresh air already makes this one feel better. I am in your debt. And Ember, how clever she was to track me down. She was always so smart. I used to love the way her eyes all but burned in her skull when she was trying to solve a problem. It was all very sudden. It was a group of mercenaries, though not any faction this one was familiar with. They descended quickly and incapacitated me. Then, they went for Silverslip and Song. There was one strange thing. It was Silverslip's expression. She looked scared as they took her and Song away. You must understand, Silverslip was never scared. Even when truly afraid, it manifested as anger. It was odd, as if she knew something in that moment we did not. This one remembers very clearly an insignia on the mercenary's armor. It is burned into my mind. But for all these years, I have not been free to investigate it. Now that I am safe, I will focus on getting well and hunt down that symbol. Thank you again for rescuing this one. You have a good heart, Jaka can tell. And Ember would not be with you if she did not fully trust you. Her trust is a hard thing to earn. You are quite special indeed, and this one is thankful for you. Ah, it is good for Jaka to even think of this. Many days were full of despair, and I did not wish to think of the future. First, I will get far away from this place. I will get healthy again, and I will help Ember. We will find lost friends. I saw both of my friends accosted. Then it went dark. When I came to, I could hear Song weeping. After that, there was a magic sleep, I think. When it wore off, I was in the belly of a stinking dark elf boat. You are kind, friend of Ember. I am at ease, now that I see Ember, and now that I have my freedom back. Jaka will recover and see what other adventures Joan and Jode have in store.
Thanks for talking with him. I didn't trust myself not to cry. When I was small, hanging around Jaka always made me feel safe. Even now that I'm grown, I have that same feeling. I can't believe we found him after all this time. Thank you. I heard. That's good. But for now, let's just enjoy this victory. I'd almost given up hope of finding my friends. Thanks to you, I have faith again. I couldn't have done this without you. Jaka and I both owe you so much more. But here, take this.
Ember, you've grown so much. This one is so grateful to see how strong you've become.
Oh, you big lug. I missed you. I swore I would find you no matter what it took. Even if the two moons
Thank you,
fell from the
little sister.
sky.
You have found me, so be at peace. Next, we will find Silver Slip and Song.